In the criminal underworld, some names are whispered, not spoken. A man who built an empire from nothing. A man whose fingerprints are on bombs, bullets, and billions. He walked among Bollywood stars, shook hands with terrorists, and vanished like smoke. His name? Dawood Ibrahim. India's most wanted, the ghost of Mumbai. Welcome to Sparko, where we uncover the deepest, darkest stories from the world of crime, history, and mystery. Today's journey? Into the shadows of Dawood Ibrahim's rise, from a boy in the slums of Dongri to the mastermind of terror. Dawood Ibrahim Kaskar was born on December 27, 1955, in a small coastal village called Ratnagiri in Maharashtra. But the real story began when his family moved to Mumbai, then called Bombay, the city of dreams, but also a city where crime thrived in the shadows. Dawood's father, Ibrahim Kaskar, was a strict and honest police constable. Ironically, while the father patrolled the streets to catch thieves, the son would one day rule those very streets. Dawood was one of 12 siblings, sharp, restless, observant. Life in Dongri, a congested neighborhood filled with poverty, gangs, and underground dealings, was tough. But for young Dawood, it was a school, teaching him the language of survival. He didn't care much for school. What fascinated him were the flashy men in shiny cars, the whispers of smuggling, and the boys who made money without working 9 to 5. At age 15, Dawood was already dabbling in petty theft. He'd snatch chains, steal bicycles, and gamble. But unlike other kids who got caught and beaten, Dawood learned. Every mistake was a lesson, every escape a thrill. By the late 1960s, the lanes of Dongri were run by local gangsters. The most notorious was Bashu Dada. Dawood, ambitious and fearless, joined Bashu's gang as an errand boy. He ran small jobs, collecting money, intimidating shopkeepers, transporting smuggled goods. But Dawood wasn't interested in being someone else's foot soldier forever. He was always thinking ahead, watching, calculating. He started forming his own circle of loyal men, including his younger brother Dawood Ibrahim. When Bashadada crossed a line with Dawood's crew, Dawood did something bold. He broke away. The streets started talking. A teenager challenging a Don? Unthinkable. But Dawood didn't just challenge. He took over parts of Bashu's territory using clever strategies and brutal force. By the time he was 20, Dawood had built his own mini-empire. He was no longer stealing, he was smuggling. Gold, electronics, weapons. His name echoed in the crime records of the Mumbai police. And despite his father's efforts to bring him back to the right path, Dawood had already chosen his world, the world of shadows. The 1980s were explosive, literally and figuratively. Dawood and Anis formally established D Company, short for Dawood Company. It wasn't just a gang, it was a full-blown organization, structured, disciplined, ruthless. D Company ran everything. Extortion, demanding protection money from businesses. Hawala, illegal money transfers that bypassed banks. Smuggling, luxury goods, weapons, even people. They began controlling entire docks, corrupting customs officers, and influencing local politics. Dawood even made secret deals with rival gangs, and when necessary, eliminated them. His most famous battle was against the Pathan gang, a group of Afghan-origin smugglers who had dominated Mumbai for decades. In a brutal turf war, Dawood wiped out the Pathans using a mixture of betrayal, bribery, and bloodshed. After their fall, he was crowned the undisputed king of the Mumbai underworld. And yet Dawood stayed clean on the outside, rarely arrested, rarely photographed. He was always one step ahead. He dressed in suits, drove Mercedes cars, and spoke English fluently. But behind the charm was a cold, calculating mastermind. Then came 1992. The Babri Masjid was demolished by Hindu extremists, triggering massive communal riots in Mumbai. Over 1,000 people died. Dawood, a Muslim Don, was enraged. Some say it was personal. Some say it was strategic. In March 1993, Mumbai saw its darkest day. 12 bombs. 12 targets. One city burning. The stock exchange, Javeri Bazaar, Century Bazaar, and other key spots were reduced to rubble. 257 people were killed. Over 700 injured. It was the first time India had seen coordinated serial bombings on this scale. The investigation pointed toward Dawood. Intelligence agencies claimed he had orchestrated the blasts with the help of Pakistan's ISI and terrorist outfits. RDX, a powerful explosive, was smuggled into India through the coastlines, using Dawood's old smuggling routes. Overnight, Dawood went from gangster to global terrorist. India cried for justice. But by then, he had vanished. Dawood was now a ghost, but a ghost who lived in luxury. He fled to Dubai, where he built a palace-like lifestyle. He was seen at cricket matches, fancy parties, and even high-profile weddings. His love for Bollywood grew stronger. He funded films, mingled with celebrities, and even influenced casting decisions. Stars like Mandakini, Rishi Kapoor, and others were allegedly seen at his parties. Bollywood insiders whispered about threats, secret meetings, and suggestions from Dubai. Some producers accepted his money, others feared for their lives. Meanwhile, Dawood expanded globally. He partnered with the Taliban, Lashkar-e-Taiba, and allegedly even Al-Qaeda. His businesses included drug trafficking, human trafficking, and weapons supply. He became the bridge between organized crime and international terrorism. And still, no country could touch him. Indian agencies tracked his calls, froze his accounts, and tried everything, from diplomacy to backdoor negotiations. But Dawood had become invisible. All fingers pointed to Karachi, Pakistan, where he allegedly lived under ISI protection. Some reports even named the neighborhood Clifton, a posh area where he had multiple safe houses. Pakistan, of course, denied everything. No such person exists, they claimed. But photographs, voice recordings, and financial trails said otherwise. And then, the whispers began. In 2023, rumors exploded. Dawood was poisoned. Some said it was internal betrayal. Others claimed it was a quiet retirement forced by the ISI. Another rumor placed him on Astola Island, far from the public eye, guarded and isolated. But no one knows the truth. There was no body, no official statement, no confirmation. Just shadows and silence. Even in absence, Dawood's empire survives. His brother Anis still runs parts of the network. His daughter Marik is married to Junaid Mayandad, the son of Pakistani cricketer Dawood Mayandad. His name still appears in FATF reports, Interpol notices, and India's most wanted list. Dawood became more than a criminal. He became a symbol of what happens when crime, power, and politics become one. His life inspired movies like Company, Shootout at Wadala, and D-Day. Each film paints a different version of him. A hero, a villain, a ghost. So, Dawood Ibrahim, billion-dollar empire, Bollywood connections, international fugitive, and still somehow more elusive than your online delivery guy. From Dongri's narrow lanes to Pakistan's secret islands, he might be gone, or he might be sitting somewhere right now, sipping chai and watching this video. If you are Dawood Bhai, hit that like button. But for the rest of you, if this story gave you chills, or made you question how far ambition can go when fear becomes your currency, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, or don't, and miss out on more crazy stories the news forgot to tell you. Got a mystery you want us to dig up next? A gangster, a con artist, or a cold case that keeps you up at night? Drop it in the comments. This is Sparko, where crime doesn't hide behind bars. It hides in plain sight,